flex, flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yes, sir. We're in the building, and I ain't gonna play no music because StreamYard act funny. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. That's the Sensei Stormy B, man. That's my brother on a mission from Hell's Kitchen. My brother Marco. What's good, bro?
I want to get one of those little Hell's Kitchen and white bubble underneath my shit.
Oh yeah. I think when you come in, that's a new option that StreamYard started doing.
I'm gonna do it.
I think so. I just saw it today. I literally just saw it today.
No, I feel like I'm the Herb. You guys got the dope shit, and I'm just like sitting here with the little lonely bubble.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm gonna call Mike. He's gonna be on the phone. I'm gonna call Mike in about 10 minutes. He was I think he was coming back in the house with his wife, so I'm gonna give him a call in like 10 minutes. But in the meantime, we had some good boxing over the last night. I was thoroughly entertained Friday and Saturday. But first, can I get on my petty? Let me say what's up to everyone in the building so far. James Doom, Macados, Mac of the South, TZ Frank, Ratchet since 91, Miami Snoopy, my brother No Smoke, Steve Elder, Mac, Thomas Morris, King Corleone, Kondo, what's good, my brother Mo Boxing in the building, Antonio MMA, right, Michael Ray, Johnny Q. Yo, salute y'all. Can I get petty for 2 seconds? I mean, let me just get petty. If y'all missed it, I just uploaded this video, man. Sometimes, I just be like bored, and I'm nice with these apps. Dwayne Jones, salute. And I was a little salty about last week, but you got to find humor in shit. So here you go.
Okay, well, that's why I make an opinion. Look at me, I'm a big fat slob. I've got bigger titties than you do. I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book. I've not seen my willy in 2 years, which is long enough to declare legally dead. I can't stop eating. I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat. It's a vicious cycle. If you'll excuse me, there's someone I have to get in touch with and forgive. Myself. Sorry, I farted. It's a long road ahead.
He's a disgruntled Scottish guard known for his lethal temper and his unusual eating habits. He weighs a metric ton. His name, Fat Bastard.
Move!
What the fuck? Whew. All right.
For those of you that missed it, I allowed a troll in here. He was over on Art Hostage channel, and I just dropped a super chat to say hello. And I got attacked. This is why I tell everyone I can't go everywhere just to say hello. Because there'll be someone in your chat that might not like me for reasons that they can't explain. And his explanation was that I was racist because I said Tyson Fury was a cheater. His rationale was, I don't like Fury because he's white. That's what he said. No, I don't like him because he's a cheater. His cousin's a cheater. His brother's a cheater. His father can't fly here either before his son was allowed to fly here because his father thumbed somebody's eye out. His father's a criminal. He can't fly here either. So am I racist for pointing out the truth? Hashtag big titties. So he got mad and I let him on and you guys heard him. And he's nothing but a fat bastard. Did they say he was in his hammock out behind his home gardening? You can't grow your own produce and consume your own produce and get that fat. It's impossible. It's impossible. So salute the fat bastard. What was his name? MP? Titties? Big titties. Yeah, so you know that's what I did in my spare time. You know, I said let me clown this fat fuck. I hope he could thank me. I hope he gets famous and I hope he gets 1,000 subs because the Titan has spoken. Attack on Titan. I could take it. It's all good. You know what I mean? Mo Boxing, my other stalker. No word from him? No word from my other stalker? I got some stalkers across the fucking pond like you couldn't believe. No word from him? You know, I'm with the shits, man, you know. But anyway, boxing, please. I want to talk about the Navarrete fight real quick before I call back. I'll call him in 5 minutes. I'm going to call Mike McCallum in 5 minutes. But I want to talk about the Navarrete fight real quick. What was that? I did not think that fight was going to be that competitive. I had fun watching that, man. Marco, did you watch that fight?
Which one?
Navarrete and one of those Liams from the Liam factory.
No, I just watched the female fights.
Yeah. All right. So you know what? Fuck Navarrete. I'm going to talk about that. Let's talk about the ladies real quick. Did they not hold it down?
No. I gotta interrupt you there, man. Stop that foolishness. See, you dwelled on fat bastard too much, and it done kind of took away some brain cells. The Navarrete fight is important to talk about. It took place, Marco, on Friday night. But we once again saw the ineptitude of refereeing.
Oh.
Where Navarrete went down, he could have been stopped by this man that no one gave much credit to or even knew much about, Liam Wilson. He dropped Navarrete for the first time in his career, banged him up really good, had him on the canvas. The referee took 30 seconds. Some people say 28, but what's the difference in two, right?
2 seconds.
But the dude was on the canvas. The ref took his time counting. He got up. He spit his mouthpiece out after he got up. The referee took his time going over there to gather his mouthpiece, put it back in his mouth, didn't take him to a neutral corner or anything, resumed the count somewhat, then asked him 50 times if he was okay and ready to resume the fight. Let the fight continue. Liam jumped over there trying to get at him again, didn't throw a single body shot, was head hunting like crazy. Then the round ended. So Navarrete stumbled back to his corner. Dude, he could have been stopped. Now, he came back several rounds later and stopped Liam. But the thing was, nobody talked about this. This was blatantly worse than the Fury and Wilder situation, because Mr. Cortez, I think that's his name, the referee, a MMA guy, by the way, took it upon himself to take as much time as necessary to make sure Emmanuel Navarrete was okay before the fight resumed, without waving it off, without trying to, implement rules of the game. It's like they were just wrong on so many fronts. And I'm surprised that not many people are talking about this. The video I have is coming Tuesday morning. And I went in and I paired Mr. Padilla along with what happened, and I brought it all together. So please, you guys, Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock, my video on this situation drops.
it's becoming all too common for crap like that in the sport to be happening, that it's becoming the norm. And it's sad, which is why I'm so quick to move away from it. Because it's like, we all saw it. It was a 32. Some dude said it was a 32 on Instagram, said it was a 32-second count.
It was very
32
long.
seconds.
It was very long.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't. They're supposed to go to the official account, whatever official
From
count,
outside. Yeah.
whatever it's called. Right? They're supposed to whatever look over, and then the counter tells them what's left, and then they pick up what the counter tells them.
At this
That's
point,
so
what they
in
need to
theory,
do-
that should never happen.
at this point, what they need to do is when someone's butt hits the canvas, a time clock needs to pop up on your screen
Yes.
and start counting, regardless of what a referee is doing, regardless of what the timekeeper outside the ring is doing. On your screen, when somebody's butt hits the canvas, a clock should pop up on your screen and start an automatic count.
I second that.
And after everything that they do during live action, if the person hasn't beat that count, the fight is done. Because we can't trust the officials, and we can't trust the people presiding over the event. We're simply watching corruption to the core every single time something like this presents itself. And each and every individual ref absolutely knows what they're doing. Carlos Padilla told you. He said they are trained to handle these circumstances, especially when it's going in the favor of someone. Now, his family tried to come and clean that up and say, oh, it's just an old man talking. He's getting senile. That's bull crap. His dad was a fighter. He was a referee. He's been associated with some of the most important fights in the sport of boxing, such as the Thriller in Manila. Okay? And it is time now to stop this foolishness with the corruption. Navarrete didn't take the guy serious. He didn't get in the best of shape and everything, and he was supposed to lose this fight. That was his fault. See, that's what happens when you cut corners, you get cut off. And they didn't do that. They still let him go. Just like Dillian White didn't properly prepare. And he lost that fight he fought, but they let it go with the skim gloves and all of that stuff, switching gloves and the PEDs found in his system. No. What is the point of having rules if you're not going to abide by them? What is the point of having sanctions and officials and everything if nobody's going to do the job that they're supposed to do? And when is the last time an official stopped something from taking place because of corruption? Never. They've never been held accountable. They've never been caught doing these things and said, oh, I messed up. It's on me. No one ever does that. Conor Ben is about to get another fight somewhere. And this guy had as many drugs in his system as Big Baby Miller, who was put out of the sport for 4 years.
4 years.
He's fighting again, too.
They're about to bring him right back. He's only been out a couple of months, and guys be out for 6 or 7 or 8 months not fighting on the natural. So it's not even a suspension for him. What is wrong with the sport that they are allowing this stuff to continue to happen?
Salute to my brother Mo Boxing in that super chat. Much love. He said for the stalkers. Salute, bro. You know what? It's becoming more common. It's becoming more common. And perhaps that's the reason why I like that, and that, you know, we about to call Mike on the phone. I really didn't want to, because it was like, well, here we go. Long count. I counted 30 seconds. Somebody on the gram said 32 seconds. I'm hearing 28 seconds. Here's what I know. It was longer than 10 mother effing seconds. I know that. And I saw it and I said, oh, look at that. No one's going to say anything. No one's going to say anything. Okay, this is typical.
But wait a minute. He spit the mouthpiece out. He spit the mouth. It didn't fall out of his mouth. He spit it out. That should have been a point deduction.
Point. That's what I meant. That was my next question. No point deduction. Why? When Diego Corrales went down against Castillo, he spit the mouthpiece out how many times? Like 3 times? Eventually, after the 3 times, after the first time, when he did it the second time,
point deduction. Second time,
it was a point deduction. Yeah.
Third time,
he did. Yeah. So the last 2 times they took points.
Actually, no. It might have been. Was it? It might have been. Was it 2 warnings and a point, or 1 warning and 2 points?
I think it was. Don't quote me.
I think it might have been 1 warning and a point. It was 2 warnings and a point because the first one, I remember that. I actually did a video on this. So after the second one, he goes 1 more time. Then it was a point.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I think you're right.
Got up and knocked homeboy out in one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life.
That was probably if that round doesn't end the way it does, if it ends and they go back to their corner, it might have been like what, a 10-6, 10-5 round, something crazy like that. But with Navarrete, nothing, and it's right in front of our face at this point, and no one cares. The people should be screaming at the top of their lungs, but I get headaches when we scream. They say that we have an agenda, a narrative. We all saw what happened Friday. We all saw it. So what's the agenda and what's the narrative now? You know what I'm saying? I was ready to move on and talk about the ladies because I'm like, okay, yeah, everyone saw it. 28-second count, 30-second count, 32-second count. The man was on the floor for longer than 10 seconds, and he spit the damn mouthpiece out. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is boxing. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Let me call Mike real quick, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know much about the female fighters. I've been getting into it recently, but I watched 2 of the fights last night. It's been good fights.
The great thing about what the women are doing is they're taking more pride in their ability to fight with technical proficiency and overall the approach. You know, there was a time, you can go back not long ago, even to Ann Wolfe and Christy Martin's time, that there weren't a number of skilled ladies.
Almost none.
Winging. But these women today, and, you know, I know everyone's very fond of Alicia Baumgardner, but I have to say that French woman, Ellen McKelly, I'm have problems with her.
I know the French lady, yeah.
But that woman was skilled to the degree that as I'm watching the fight early on, and by the way, Baumgardner, hats off to her for her performance and winning and becoming undisputed champion. But this woman was trying to do specific tactical things. Like she knew that Alicia fought with her hands low. So when she would jab, she was trying to come over the top with the right hand. She was trying to do the proper things. She wasn't punching with accuracy, but she had a lot of steam on her shots, which is what made Alicia put more mustard on her shots, because Alicia could tell that I got to fight this chick off of me and give her something to respect. So there was a lot of cat and mouse there, but not in a soft sense. This was a good fight. And the separation of physical abilities is what made the difference in the fight. Alicia was more fluid. She had better footwork. She could be more evasive. And Ellen was kind of more robotic. But she still held a high guard. Even when she got clocked, she knew to block and try to protect herself. And at one point, she didn't really want to grab and hold, but she ended up having to do so because she was getting ready to get taken out. So there was a lot happening there that casually watching boxing is just like ho hum, but I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm like, these women are really raising the level of their game in the sport. And there's a lot of respect that I have behind that, which is why a lot of what I got coming out this week is going to be talking about this particular card and the women that performed on it.
I was and by the way, Mike said to call him back at in about 15 minutes. He had just gotten the house. He's getting something settled in with his wife. So he'll be on, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with us. I was impressed by Bumgarner. A lot of people were like, I want to say they over critique her, saying, oh, she got hit. Listen, if you swim, you're going to get wet. Everybody gets hit. But she's a very disciplined fighter. The French girl, I forget her name. She's also a very disciplined fighter. It's just that Alicia was better than her. But she didn't show up to lay down. She was hurt bad. At least twice in that fight, she was hurt bad. But she was able to finish. And Bumgarner finished, and it was a unanimous decision. Now, the main event. Serrano versus Cruz. Round one, I think Cruz was a little nervous because she was very stiff-legged and she had a very awkward style. She ducks her head and throws these looping punches. And I said, oh, my gosh, she's going to eat an uppercut so bad. But there was something going on with her that was disrupting what Serrano was doing. And I was texting Stormy during the fight. And Stormy texted me. He said that Serrano's making this fight harder than it needs to be. Because Serrano gets into gunfights. I noticed that where she doesn't have to do that. All right. All she had to do was pump a jab and step around. But I think she tried to impose her will on this girl Cruz and thought she could just overwhelm her early. And that Mexican heart was big, man. And she was there. She was with the shits. There was a clash of heads, and the blood looked crazy. But it's like after she tasted her own blood, she was like, nope, I ain't going nowhere. Round 5, she got hurt badly. She didn't go down, though. And she fought the same way the whole fight. She didn't I didn't see any adjustments. All she did was who she was, if that makes sense. All she did was who she was. That's all she knew how to do. There was no adjustments. There was nothing. But she was there. She threw some like crazy body shots. They were very wide. And I'm watching the fight like, damn, I can see it from where I'm sitting. But there must have been something there that Serrano, she didn't feel comfortable taking a risk and landing the counter punch on the inside. But when she started boxing, she pulled away in the championship rounds. When she started boxing, she made the fight a lot easier.
There were adjustments by Cruz Hernandez. Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to me about that.
The adjustments that she made were, what she did was she would dip low, not bending her knees, by the way. It's an old, I talked about this too, and it's coming up, but she was able to bend at the waist. You have to be taught by a certain type of trainers to teach you how to do that. Marco should understand this when I say this, because typically you're taught to bend with your knees and everything. But when you bend at the waist like she was doing, what happens is you can get a thrust of power that's not normally there when you come up out of that. And the adjustments that she made were her counter punches were hooking shots pretty much to the head, to the body. So she would double up on the shots, and double up doesn't necessarily mean with the same hand. It could be like, instead of throwing one of them, you throw two by throwing left, right, or right, left. And in the sequence of her doing this, she began to increase the volume of the punches, making Serrano in close try to block and protect herself instead of moving, stepping out, giving an angle so she could do more. You know what I mean? Because Serrano was right there, which is why I was telling you in the messages that we were having back and forth that Serrano needed to give her angles. and work from mid-range to extended range, because at extended range, Cruz Hernandez could not see her punches because she's southpaw. She couldn't see them, especially once the blood started flowing. But Serrano got drawn into this thing, and you mentioned it when you first opened up talking about it, about being tough. Let me tell you something. You never want to try to test how tough you are or how tough the opponent is. You always try to be smarter than the opponent, because there are some people who are tough than you want to know. They are. It is out there, and tougher than you would ever want to try to be. That's not a question to ask in boxing, which is why you use this up here, okay? Because anybody can use this. But when you use this up here, those who are weak up here, you can shut them down. You ever heard of the term, he who hesitates is lost? Why does one hesitate? Because they're uncertain or lacking a surety. You see, so this is why that exists. And it's why it's a sweet science. You don't go out there trying to be smarter than the other person. I mean, trying to be tougher than the other person. You go out there trying to be smarter than the other person. And if you notice those last couple of rounds, when Serrano finally started doing what she should have been doing, it was easier for her to score. It was easier for her to have the advantages over Cruz Hernandez, because she stepped out and gave distance. And now you eliminated what Cruz was doing well. You eliminated it. Just that simple. And I'm surprised that Serrano's corner didn't talk about that earlier in the fight. Yeah, they gave the people what they wanted to see. Yeah, it was very exciting for us to tune in and watch it. But if she's my fighter, I tell her, win this one, look good the next time, like Georgie Benton was known to say a lot. So it's like, I'm telling you, some of these people that are working these corners, I don't know where the hell they come from, man, or what they're even looking at. But it's an insult to the intelligence and the integrity of being a complete fighter. And Serrano can definitely show that she's a complete fighter, but last night she did not.
That's where I was going. I want to ask you this. They already had the commercial queued up. All she had to do was what she did last night, and that was win. But looking back, because I watched the fight between her and Katie Taylor, and she had a powerful round 5. I personally thought that she won the fight, but that's just me. Katie Taylor got the nod, but the rematch is in May, and they're going to Ireland. Now, based off of what I seen last night, and I'm riding with Serrano, y'all, based off of what I seen last night, and I went back and I watched the first fight. Can she beat Katie Taylor in that rematch? If last night was her best, can she beat Katie Taylor, Stormy, in the rematch?
Well, I know for certain that last night was not her best.
Okay.
So because last night was not her best, and that was a different type of a fight. First of all, I have to say that from what I witnessed, she didn't really respect Erica Cruz Hernandez. And she didn't respect the woman. And again, you had this thing that you said, respect all warriors, right?
Absolutely.
Well, this is what happens when you don't. Now imagine if you can flip one scenario very easily. The headbutt that Cruz sustained, what if it was on Amanda? Would she have fought through all that blood and everything like that? I can't say for certain she would. Because remember, we're talking about a toughness here that some people have and some people don't. I'm not trying to say Amanda is not tough. Believe me, don't take it like that. But what I'm saying is, if you flip the instance of what happened, you put her in a position where she has to answer that question. The woman that the cut did happen to, corner was trying to even think about stopping and everything, and she told them to shut the hell up, and she know what she doing, and she ready to go back out there and keep it going. I love that in her, because she was fighting for something a little bit more, and what she was fighting for was respect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. She wasn't fighting for the belts anymore. She put hands on Amada Serrano, and if you looked at Amada Serrano after the fight, she looked like she was in a damn fight. She looked like she was 20 years older than she did when she walked in the ring, with the lumps and bruises on her face. And I can only imagine what she looks like today. You understand? Because she took punishment that she shouldn't have taken. But Erica knows that there was victory in laying hands on her ass, and that's exactly what she did last night. And if the woman only had 3 knockouts in her fights, if she had a little bit more power, maybe we wouldn't be looking ahead to May 20th between Katie and Amana in a rematch.
True story. Let me make this phone call real quick, y'all. Real quick.
Yeah, I thought that fight was all about distance. All about distance. And I agree with you. If she had power, I think she would have hurt her, because she was hitting her a lot.
Man, she was laying hands on her. I mean, there were certain punches, like, she'll throw a 1, 2, and then follow a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it was like
she would also. It's tough, and I've been in there with people like this. You nail them, and no matter what you hit them with, a punch is coming back after during a combination. Right. So even if she would hit her, and so what she did was, which is Drew mentioned, an uppercut, which I thought more uppercuts would have worked. She was putting her head on Serrano's chest, and Serrano needed a little distance to get power. She couldn't throw short shots. Yes. So Serrano was basically somewhat equalized, and she was landing, but not enough power.
And see, those are the X's and O's, man, the intangibles that I talk about a lot. And it's like, boxing is beautiful when it's done. It's like, if you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about being a favorite of, oh, that's my favorite fight, or that's who I got in this fight tonight. We're talking about just looking at when two people, because remember, talent and ability is one thing, but will and desire becomes a whole different thing.
Right.
And that fight was great because you saw the will and desire of the person who didn't get the decision, and you saw the lack of ring IQ from the person who did.
Yeah.
Now, Katie Taylor can take that and use that as a weapon, weaponize that against Amada and beat her again. You understand? So it's nice to be physical. It's nice to have knockouts, and it's nice to do, but it's like you have to have the complete package, because you never know on which given day or night that you may have to exercise opening up that one drawer and pulling out some experience that will assist you in winning.
Yeah. But it was a good fight. I had her. I thought the scorecards were lopsided. I thought they were kind of
very.
I had her winning by maybe 1 or 2 rounds, Serrano.
I've got my scorecard right here. I have.
He's coming, y'all. Just give me a minute. He was doing something in the house. Just give me a minute.
I had a 6-4 for Serrano.
That's about right.
Yeah, I had 6-4 for Serrano.
That's about right. Yeah. It was good. The one thing I didn't like about that fight, which was my criticism for a lot of women's boxing up until recently, is at no point did anybody expect somebody's going to get laid out. It just wasn't going to happen. You just kind of knew nobody's getting knocked out, nobody's getting stopped, because none of the shots had that much kind of so that's the one thing I kind of didn't like about it. Like, I kind of knew, like, all right, this is going to go to the decision. Nobody really has the gun power to hurt anybody. I mean, she did hurt her, or no, she didn't. That was Baumgartner that hurt the other one.
Amanda hurt Cruz.
Did she? Yeah, once, right? A little bit.
There was a point where she stepped back and she got distance.
That was round 5.
She got that punch on her that she didn't see. But see, that's where she would have won by knockout. Had she fought the fight like that, it wouldn't have got a chance to be a war. But she didn't do that. Right. And see, Baumgartner, she possesses a punch, man, which is like, there are certain instances where she can get this shot off. She did it against Harper. She did it last night against this young lady that she fought from France. She didn't try that against Mayer for whatever reason. She didn't try to get her bomb off against Mayer, which is kind of interesting in retrospect. But what I noticed is like how fast she follows up with a shot, because she hit that woman last night with that bomb, and I'm talking about Alicia now. She hit her, boom, and when she hurt her, she was right on top of her again. Whap, and when she dropped, she was standing over her ready to hit her one more time. I said, man, she has fast hands.
Yeah, she can fight.
But she doesn't throw them in fast flurries like a Roy Jones or something like that. It's just that from the point of where she decides to get it off to where it lands, that's where the impact of the power is, because people don't see it. You know, it's like, you know, but I really admire those qualities that she have, and she did make improvements from her last fight against Mayer. She really did. I always give the fighters the credit for when they do the things the proper way. And I was very critical of Alicia coming out of the fight against Mayer, because I felt like both of them didn't do enough to really earn a decisive victory over the other. I felt like the decision could have went easily for Mayer as it did for Alicia. But that performance that she put on last night marked improvement over where she was just in her last fight.
Yeah. She looked good. Yeah, I mean, I only saw those. I don't know how many fights were on the card, but I just saw those two. Was there more?
Yeah, there was an earlier fight. Richardson Hitchens fought, and he was in there against a guy. What was that kid's name? John Balza, and he kind of beat the crap out of him for the duration of their fight. I think it was a 10-round fight. He hit him with everything but the kitchen sink and just beat up on the guy. I don't like those kind of fights, because when the talent level is so, you know, great between the two, and the other person is just on the receiving end of taking a beat down, I don't like to see that. I don't like to see that. And that's what that was. Hitchens was far better than the guy they had him in there with, but he couldn't get him out of there. And the other guy, you know, his corner didn't pull him out. Of course, they didn't want him to have a stoppage loss on his record or whatever, but he took some damage that night, and he shouldn't fight again for a long time. He should take a break, and he may have to get back in there, because this is how he earns his living. That's where guys get, because remember, you're not only getting hit there, you're getting hit in the gym when you're sparring and training too. So it's like, come on, man.
Do you consider Hitchison a finisher based off what you seen last night, or was that just his opponent?
I think that he could be a finisher, but I'm gonna tell you something. It's easy to say certain things, but what I saw from him last night is he appears to be a guy that falls in love with his work. In other words, he'd rather look good doing what he's doing against you instead of finishing it off or making it to where you don't want anymore or whatever. But, you know, that's what I think. I think that he fell in love with a lot of his work.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm waiting for Mike. He was in the middle of something in his house. Sound like there was a lot going on, to be honest with you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, seriously. Sound like there was a lot going on.
Like beefing with his wife?
No.
Oh.
Nothing like that. But it sounded like, you know how when there's a lot going on in the back, he's like, yeah, me call you back. Me soon come. And I'm like, okay, you know, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So I just told him.
Do you know if he's in Jamaica where he lives now?
Nah, he's in Vegas. He lives in Vegas.
Oh, he lives in Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah. So I'm waiting on him, you know, mess
I
around.
did a little refresher on him today, because you know, I hadn't, you know what I mean? Like, it's been a while. Right. He was no joke, man.
Listen, man, he stopped
Julian Jackson.
He stopped Julian Jackson when Julian Jackson was beating the shit out of everybody.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
But that was
right there, y'all.
That was the Afro Julian Jackson. Julian with the flat top is one who got crazy.
Hey,
Man,
Drew, this magazine right here is I got it wrinkled up for whatever reason. Anyway, how y'all doing, man? Everybody good, man?
Yeah, we good, brother.
With you, Trick.
Good
How
to
you
see
doing, man?
Man, I'm glad to be back, man. This is the 50 greatest fighters of the last 50 years. It's came out in like 95 or 96. And I've had it for a long time. And they actually have him, like I say, number 50 greatest fighters. I think he should have been up a little higher than that, 49.
Well,
I think he should have been a little higher than that.
Well, who did he beat? I know he beat Marlon Starling. I know he beat Julian Jackson. What other?
Twice. Beat him twice.
Twice, and he drawed with James Toney.
Yeah.
Didn't he fight Michael Watson too?
But like, I don't know. But like, what?
Yeah, the guy from England.
What all-time? What Hall of Famers has he beaten? McCallum.
You know what's interesting? McCallum came along at a very, and I hope he calls back because I was talking to my father about this earlier. He came along at a very interesting time.
Yeah.
He came along when the 80s middleweights were on their way out. And it was like, why fight this guy? Because this guy could potentially beat my ass. And then he came in, and by the time the late 90s was around, he had to deal with Roy Jones and James Toney.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying? And he couldn't dominate those guys. So he came along at a very
Well, he was a welter. He started off, I think he won a welter title.
That I know.
Nice. He started 154.
Yeah, super welter. Yeah,
he was super welter.
Okay, yeah.
All right, and then he fought all the way to 168, right?
He fought Roy at 75. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he skipped 168.
He skipped 168. Okay.
Yeah.
So he went from 160 straight to 175.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But he was champion at 175. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he beat Eric. I think his name Eric Harding or something. Like that. Australian guy, I believe.
Yeah.
Not the one Roy fought. I think it was like an Australian guy. Harding. He beat him, and then I think Mike lost the belt to the French guy.
I'm looking
Fabrice
right now.
Tioso.
Yeah. Wait. Yup. He won the WBC World Light Heavyweight title in '94
from Eric Harding, right? Jeff Harding.
Jeff Harding.
Yeah.
And then Fabricio whatever beat him and took the title.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fought Roy and Tony and called it quits.
He had a very interesting career, and he told the story about when he had a conversation with Marvin Hagler, and I wanted to ask him about that. I hope everything's all right, man. I ain't hear what I heard. There was a lot going on, but I was like, that's why I turned the camera off. I was like, yo, you good? Like, yeah, man, the things going on. Miss Soon coming. I'm like, all right, yo, look, take your time. I don't know what the F was going on. But
shit.
Yeah, but it sounded like, I don't know, like construction work or something. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. But
hey, was he sounding like Ox from Billy?
Nah. I'm the original Jamaican Don Dada. I don't know, man, but it just sound like I caught him at a bad time. Sound like he's going through something that was unforeseen, because he was okay this morning. I just called double check. Philly Fight Doctor salute. And salute to everyone in the chat, man. We just cooking. Salute to Big Dog Willie. #Con the GOAT. Bomac is a better trainer than Eddie Futch. Facts. Please pay him no mind.
Okay.
This is our local troll. Bomac, Eddie Futch. Yes, the comparison is uncanny. Oh man.
I remember when Roy fought McCallum.
Yeah.
Roy said that he didn't put his foot on the gas because he was an aging legend. But I remember that fight. I remember he dropped McCallum once.
That was back in '97. I want to say it was '97.
Yeah, he'd never been down. First time he'd never been down ever.
Yeah, and Roy was saying, he's like, I wasn't even trying to drop him. He's like, I just want to throw a quick shot.
Yeah. This one, Mike came along at a very interesting time, man. Very interesting time. And that time, meantime, in between time, you know what I'm saying? He never got his due that I felt he could have gotten. You understand?
Well, he never had that big fight.
No, he never did. He never did. And it's weird, man. When did Joe Calzaghe catch heat? When people started to notice who he was?
Early
Like
2000s.
what years? In the 2000s?
Early,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking of the timeline in between, like at 160, what was going on there that when he was there was like, man, this guy was he was in the mix at a bad time, man, at a very bad time. That's probably why he skipped
No, it
160.
was an era of a lot of good fighters, man. I
He
mean,
fought
you had
James Toney
Michael
3
Nunn.
times.
You had Michael Nunn. You had
Donald Curry was still there too.
He
yeah,
beat down. He knocked
DeWitt.
Donald Curry out. By the way,
Yep.
You had Doug DeWitt. You had Julian
Oh, I
Jackson.
forgot
you
about
had-
him, Stormy.
Man, Stevie Collins. Listen, there were a lot of good fighters, man. A
I heard
lot.
that name in a long time.
Yeah.
Doug DeWitt.
Yeah, Reggie was in there.
Man,
Reggie
Reggie
Johnson,
Johnson, yeah. And John Scully reminded me last Thursday when we were talking. He said that James Toney knocked out Michael Nunn and 1 month later fought Reggie Johnson. 1 month later.
1 month later.
Yep.
1 month later.
Yeah.
Razor thin decision, man.
Wait a minute, man. You know, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
1 month later.
And that
James
fight was on
Toney
free
was
TV.
Really busy back then. He was busy, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And when he had that close decision against Tiberi, which a lot of people thought he should have lost that fight, that was kind of like one of those situations when I think he was kind of in between. You know, like, should I take the fight? Should I not? Because he was starting to have issues, outside of the boxing as far as his weight problem and stuff. And Tiberi basically gave him more than he wanted, on the night that they faced each other. But Dave Tiberi was not as good as James Toney. He just caught him on a night where he was able to have a lot of success against him and everything.
You couldn't do that now, fight a month later. You couldn't do that today. They suspend your license for how many months?
only if you get knocked out.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, even no, win or lose, they suspend your shit.
No,
No,
I think you get knocked out. You get knocked
only
out.
if you
they
get
suspend
knocked
your
out.
license.
There's a 30 or 60 day, something like that. And not TKO'd, I think knocked out.
Fighters can fight as often as they want
You
to
can fight every day. Foreman fought 3 dudes in one night.
but
Yeah.
what? I thought that
No,
they take
five.
it.
For 5 was
I
it?
thought-
Yeah.
He
I
fought
thought they
5
take your
guys.
license.
George Foreman versus the Fabulous Five.
I remember
what it
that.
was
That was crazy. I thought they take your license so that you can't even spar.
No.
I mean, they're not going to
you
watch
don't
you
need
do
a license
whatever
to
you want.
spar. You don't need a license to spar. You can spar as much as you want.
That's what I'm saying. But they take your license so they don't want you to mean. TZ
No.
Frank says 60 to 90 days.
No, only if you get knocked out.
How long has that rule been in place?
The
Because now
knockout
I'm
rule?
curious.
UFC does it
Knockout
too.
rule? I don't know. And don't forget, everything is governed by different state statutes or whatever. So
Right.
New York might be 30 days. Texas might be, 2 months. Who knows?
General salute, man. He said if you get knocked down in a fight, they act funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. He fought. Damn, a month later he got back in the ring. Jesus Christ.
Tyson was fighting when he was coming up. If you look at it, once a month, once every 2 or 3 weeks, he was fighting.
Yeah, you want to talk about bum of the month. I mean, we praise Mike, man. Salute to Mike, but goddamn.
But there was a time when Mike Tyson was fighting. He was so sharp. You couldn't hit that kid. You could not hit him. He was so elusive, which is why he was so, impressive and everything, because for the style that he fought with, it was imperative that he remain active, because there were certain aspects of his style that required a sharpness, and he had to be on. Once he got close to the title and won that first title from Trevor Berbick, then he started having some gaps of time off and everything. But there was nothing like when he was fighting guys like Reggie Gross and those guys. It was like Tyson was so elusive, man. You couldn't hit him with a handful of buckshot. You couldn't hit the kid. And that's what made people fear him. It's like you're in there, you're throwing punches, and you can't land anything. And then he's hitting you with these haymakers. Boom, bam. And you throw something and you miss, and he's boom, bam, hitting you. And a lot of people remember him knocking folks out. But Mike Tyson wasn't knocking people out with one punch. He was knocking people out with combinations. And it was the finishing shot, the right hand or the left hook at the end of combinations that were putting people out. He wasn't just boom hitting somebody and they going to sleep. No, it was combinations.
Yo, while we're waiting for McCallum, hopefully the brother, salute to the general. While we're waiting on McCallum, Trick just sent me this. Okay.
Hey, that makes, Drew, let me say something real quick. That makes the Wilder counts and the Navarrete counts look like a walk in the park.
I'm going to show this to y'all. Holy crap. Oh my God!
Is that about the Navarrete fight?
No, this is worse. This is worse.
Oh, okay,
it's worse.
Oh my God!
Because Trick, you know, we were cooking on that just before you popped in.
Yeah, I heard
that Navarrete fight, man. That was crazy.
Yeah, I think this is worse, man.
This right here, this ref needs to be drug out and shot.
Yeah, there's a fighter named Wayne Braithwaite. They called him Big Truck. He was a cruiserweight back in the late 90s, 2000s. I think he was from like Guyana, Suriname, or something like that. But he's a champion. But he was fighting this guy, and he'll show it. He'll show it to you.
This is a world title fight?
I believe so.
Lord,
yeah.
I hope it is.
I think it was a world title fight. This is a clip. I don't think a lot of people have seen that, but we'll see.
Oh wait, I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to get this right. Damn, what the fudge?
What was that heavyweight's name from the late 90s that he was a Mexican guy? Garcia. I can't think of his first name. Alex Garcia. There you go. He was in a fight with a guy that the referee let him pummel this guy. He could have killed the man. The ref wouldn't jump in and stop it. And what finally stopped it was the guy finally was able to find a place to slip to the canvas because Garcia was just wailing on him and wailing on him and wailing on him. It was on Tuesday Night Fights.
I'm in that fight. I think it might have been Ezra Sellers.
Was it Sellers? I don't
know
if that was Sellers. I think it would. I would have remembered if that was Ezra Sellers, but it was somebody.
Yeah.
Look at this, y'all.
Watch this, y'all. Watch this.
Look at this, y'all. Y'all can see?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Is that a mullet?
Look at this. Boom. Look at this. Look at the ref. What the fuck is he doing? What is he doing?
You know what? I've heard about that. I mean, I've seen this before.
What is he doing? And he gonna get this guy killed, man. He legitimately helped him up, bro. Nah, man.
No, that looks like an old fight too.
Was that Paul Rudd as the ref? I mean, God, it's like, man.
Bro.
Hey, man.
What the
that was
the bro, guy what was that?
That's Wayne Braithwaite. I can't remember the guy who he was fighting, but I remember the fight. But yeah, you see what the ref did. The referee basically helped him up. Standing 8+ helping him up, so that's boxing, man. Y'all, you don't see that, Stormy?
Man, listen, that's from the Jack Reese School of Refereeing right there.
I bet you that was a WBC.
Yeah, it was WBC. Yeah, it was WBC.
Yo, who was the ref? Who was that?
I don't know. On the referee, he might be a foreign guy, man. Looks like he might be a foreign guy. I don't think he was on a U.S. ref.
Really, fight doctor said the ref was his uncle. Goddamn.
The ref was. That ref was a little. I don't know, man. He was helping him a lot, wasn't he? It was like,
You think?
Oh my God!
checking his pulse and everything. It's like, dude, wow.
Hold on.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, man.
There should be somebody at all fights who can override a referee's decision, like instantly on the spot. There should be, because a referee could technically make the worst, most illegal decision, and the fight's
If
over, and then nothing happens. Maybe they could be appealed later, but you know what I'm
if
saying?
it gets to that degree, they should just put the cuffs on his ass and take him out to the paddy wagon right away, because it's obvious if you got to bring someone in and overrule him like that, it's like he's corrupt.
I
There's
agree,
no-
but I'm talking more about the fighters who are fighting, not getting fucked. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, I
Fire,
understand.
yeah,
that,
get rid
but
of
I
him, but then you
understand,
don't
but
want-
it's like
Yeah.
that guy on that clip we just saw. After that happened and everything, the fight resumed or was waved off or whatever. They should bring some officials in the ring, not officials, but some officers, and slap the cuffs on him and, duck him through the ropes. Like you put his head down getting in the back of the car. You dug his head under the ropes and take him right up the tunnel on into the waiting squad car or a paddy wagon. Because these guys are ridiculous. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, and
I don't
even
know
with
what
that
the
being,
hell that was.
yeah, and Strong,
He
even with
thought he
that,
was in a yoga class or something helping the dude. Man,
Might have been
come
his
on.
first match ever.
Should have been his last.
Like maybe he's never even seen boxing before. He just was walking by.
probably not. And even with that being said, like, we don't know what I don't know what I forgot what Wayne Braithwaite's corner was doing, but had they jumped on the ring apron, the referee probably would have disqualified him.
Yeah, that would have gave him a,
I don't know.
Trick. I was telling everybody that Tuesday morning I got my video coming about the Navarrete fight and the official for the and the referee for that fight, and Carlos Padilla. It's a good video coming out Tuesday morning on that, because it's like people, you need to talk about what needs to be talked about. Stop talking about these guys who ain't fighting nobody and not fighting each
family,
other.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but he ain't gonna make it. I don't know what he got going on down there, but he ain't gonna make it. Not that we're gonna have to reschedule him for probably next week or so.
Another time, yeah.
So I just went ahead and I'm gonna change the what you call it of the show, and Boxing Talk No Filter. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna do it. But my apologies. I don't know what he got going on. I hope everything's groovy with him. But that's crazy. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully he good. Yikes. I hope everything's okay. But anyway, boxing, please. That ref pissed me off. Go ahead.
How about it, Drew? And I talked to a few fighters, pros outside of just talked to a few pros, and a lot of them guys feel that Mike McCallum was a little bitter because he didn't get the fights that he should have, that he wanted. He wanted Leonard, he wanted Hagler, but Hagler was on his way out pretty much. He wanted Tommy Hearns, and he didn't get them guys. And I was hoping that he would come on the show and he could kind of explain that, like I said, because people have said he was kind of bitter about that. So who knows? I don't know what's going in his mind, but those are fights that I definitely would like to saw, but we didn't get a chance to see them.
Yeah, I mean, that's look. This is what we do. This is why we do what we do. We want to get the questions answered because old media doesn't ask. Old media doesn't ask, and the people want to know. And this is what social media is about. This is what it's for. And I would love to hear it from the horse's mouth. Like we had Reggie Johnson on here. He was telling us a bunch of things that we didn't know. When we get these fighters from the past and the present, they tell us things that we don't know. Like when we have fighters on, I'm gonna have a fighter on tomorrow. Now let me tell you what's going on tomorrow morning on my show. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have on a fighter by the name of Elijah Pierce. Y'all make sure y'all don't miss tomorrow morning. He's a Golden Boy fighter. He's black, and he has another fight that's been postponed, and he's being ducked. The man is being ducked. and it's unfair. And this is what they do. Remember, we had this conversation about how Golden Boy doesn't know what to do with black fighters. Do y'all remember that Deontay Wilder used to fight for Golden Boy? King
And
Kong
Luis Ortiz.
Luis
And
Ortiz,
Jamal Charlo.
Jamal Charlo used to fight over there. And they
Mel
Charlo used to be over there. If they remained over there, they'd have been remaining on the fucking shelf. But as you can see, Ryan Pretty Boy Garcia can walk right through the front door and not do a quarter of the things that the names that I mentioned have accomplished. But if they remained on Golden Boy, they wouldn't accomplish anything. So when Errol Spence gets on here and he says, yo, Golden Boy don't know what to do with black fighters, he's speaking from a place of experience because he's there and he knows. He's in contact and has spoken to all of the names that I've mentioned, whether he's on good terms with them or not. They know what it is with Golden Boy. And they see a golden boy in that boy. All right? So there's more than there's more than one reason why I don't like. Look, I don't know Ryan Garcia personally, but I don't like the machine that supports him. This was the same thing that I had, the same problem that I had with Gennady Golovkin. Oh, you just hate that people take it all the way over there. I hate Kazakhstan people. Man, for many years, I couldn't even spell that place, nor was I checking for it. I don't care. Here's what I didn't like. I said he's powerful, decent power. You know, he's ballsy. But wait a minute. You crossed the line when you're saying that he's on the level of a marvelous Marvin Hagler. Don't feed that to me. Do not feed that to me. Don't play yourself, dogs. Don't do that to me. I know who this kid is. I know who he isn't. Don't tell me that Triple G is this person. But time revealed truth on that motherfucker, did it not? And it's going to reveal the truth of Ryan Garcia. And the truth is out on Golden Boy. It was out when those goddamn emails came out. And we was wondering, yo, what the fuck was that? And everyone acted like that they didn't see anything. Fred from Barbershop Conversations is the only person that went in there and asked him about that. And then he got escorted out. And they took his credential. You understand? I'll say it again. He was the only person that went in there and asked about those emails. No one did it but him. He was escorted out. All right? And everyone act like they didn't see anything. Bernard Hopkins didn't see anything. He didn't say anything. And a lot of people in black media, that was the time that people should have gotten his back, and they did it. So when he puts up all of these PBC Al Heyman hate videos that y'all call it, I need y'all to understand, whether y'all agree with it or not, I need you to understand it comes from a place. I just told you. I'm just saying. I know where it comes from. Everything has a root. They don't just jump out of bed and start thinking this way. And for those people that do, you know that someone cut a check. You think someone cut Fred a check, or is that coming from a heart, whether you agree with it or not? Someone that's super duper Deontay Wilder fan, and then they get up out of bed and all of a sudden they're this anti-bomb squad and they hate everything. And it's like, where's that coming from? Those cats right here on YouTube and all kinds of social media, those cats took money. You think I don't know what happened? I ain't got to say no names. Y'all see it. Y'all see it yourself. When y'all are saying, when people are texting me, yo, what's wrong with this person? And I get a link and I'm listening to what they're saying. And I'm like, what? He wasn't saying this just 24 hours ago, just 48 hours ago, just 72 hours ago. Oh, someone cut someone to check. Drew, why you say that? I got offers. BFTV got offers. Black Fight Fans, 78. Shit was real. I'm not for sale, though. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. This is why I don't trust old media. They know how powerful we are. So when we get on here and talk about corruption and things of that nature, that's what we're talking about. You see that fucking ref that we just played? You see that? I don't even know what fight that was. But goddamn, he literally helped him up off the floor. When you see Jack Reese do a 15 count when Fury's on the floor sleeping, we're like, wait a minute, no one saw that but us? Wilder Fury 3. That fourth round. Nobody saw that but us? Then Padilla comes forward and says, hey, man, we're taught to do this. And then the Navarrete fight, nobody saw that but us? No one's gonna say anything. Well, cool. This is boxing. You want to accuse us of having a narrative, but hey, wait a minute. As long as it's your fighter that's benefiting, or if it's a fighter that you don't like for whatever reason, it benefits you. Don't ever question our integrity. I know what the F I'm talking about.
And
We
also,
see it
Drew,
in real fucking time. Go ahead, brother. What'd you say?
And Drew, I'm gonna cut you off, but remember what Yoel Judah told us about Richard Steele and when they fought with Zab and perfect example. You know what I'm saying? He don't call a knockdown because that's his godson. You know,
That's
crazy,
ridiculous. Simple things like that. And by the way, that was a blown knockdown call. Floyd versus Zab. His glove touched. I mean, Floyd won, but his glove touched. So if we're talking academics, that's what it is. Salute the main biker in that super chat. Much love. He said Jonathan Rice versus Guido Vianlino. Ref got caught. Bro. Yo, bro. That ref was really saying, they put the mic on his dumb ass. He said, yeah, it's a headbutt. It's a headbutt. And I'm sitting in my bedroom like, I don't recall a clash of heads at all during that fight. That was the only time they had to go to replay because that ref was about to put his whole foot in his mouth. But they're not scared to do what they're trained to do. He was really about the rule of the headbutt. Are you kidding me? A headbutt? It was clearly a punch. Everyone saw it. But there were some people, because I'm going to tell you, Guido was the favorite to win that fight. That kid got market written all over him. Here, I had sent you a link, but Mike is having some issues, so we're going to have to reschedule him. I had sent you a link, though. But, yeah. So this is the sport. And this is why we're here, and this is why we talk about it. This is why we're here, and this is why we talk about it, man. You could get all in your feelings all you want. You could tell us that we have a narrative, and you could tell me that I'm racist. And my thing is this. I tell everybody all the time, when you're on the side of righteousness, and someone says to you that, you're just a fanboy of whoever, and you're just mad because your guy lost, ask them a simple question. Is there cheating in boxing? And I don't care if it's a referee. I don't care if it's Bob Arum. I don't care if it's Eddie Hearn. I don't care if it's a pro fighter. I don't care if it's a former pro fighter. I don't care if it's a cut man. You can ask Stitch. You can ask Sylvester Stallone. Is there cheating in boxing? And just put the mic in their face. They got to say yes. Do you know why? Anybody in the chat, if you're in a corner of a fighter, would you say, you know what? I have enough faith in the sport and the powers that be. Don't send anyone to their opponent's locker room. We trust them to do the right thing. Would you do that? Would you do that? I rest my fucking case.
You mess around, get hit upside the head in the ring. Somebody got a 2-pound weight in their glove.
Man, they'll come out with vibranium gloves right upside your head. Right upside your head. Vibranium here, adamantium here, right upside your head. You wonder why you got a dent in your head for real. For real. You understand? It's ridiculous, man. Don't talk to me about this sport. I want a fair sport. I want a fair sport. And don't ever in your life say, listen, I am pro-black and I'm pro-black fighter. I root for a lot of black fighters. But I'll take a dump on the ones that ain't doing right by the sport. Dillian White. Where's your B sample, Dillian? Come on now. Don't.
And how does the fighter go away to training camps and these exotic places like what White does and still show up in the ring looking like he looked? And taking PEDs. It's like something is wrong and lost in translation to me, because the dude, now Hugh Jackman is getting ready to play at 50, getting ready to play Wolverine again for the MCU.
I mean, come on.
and whatever they give him, and he works out, and he has a strict diet and everything.
He is jacked.
He comes in there be shredded, right? So what is Dillian White's excuse? He ain't nowhere near. He's 20 years younger than Hugh Jackman, and has access probably to even better stuff, right? But he comes in there, and his boobs is bigger than your lady's boobs. Huh? Mm-hmm. And he come in there, the cup way up over his belly and everything. It's like, but
his chest looked like a throwback Dolly Parton chest. For those of you that are our age, he got the throwback Dolly Parton chest.
He looked like Big Mama without the prosthetics. Huh? Coming in there looking like that. My grandmama. Remember when my man
Larry Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson used to play for grandmama. That's what he looked like coming in there. I mean, man. And you taking all this stuff. Get out of here with that mess, man. Get these dudes the hell up out of here. This is what I said all the time. Get them out.
Has anyone explained why Anthony Johnson got testosterone exemptions? Has anyone ever been able to explain that? AJ, testosterone exemptions, and is he even 30? Is AJ 30 yet?
I don't know why he got testosterone exemptions, because he seems to be taking a lot of testosterone from other people, if you ask me. Huh?
Whoa! What?
Yeah, he got some interesting photos out there. Drew, when I was in New York.
Drew, where's that picture of him with the dude around his arm around his neck and everything, and his ears all close to him and everything? Man, no man take no pictures like that. And always got his shirt off around some dudes and stuff with baby oiled and stuff. Get the hell out of here, man. Respecting the sport like that.
You know what, man? I saw a video of him. He was posing for GQ magazine. He's on the front, and the lady was like rubbing him down. I'm not gonna lie, he looked uncomfortable, man. In my opinion, most guys, it's a video, man. He probably put up on YouTube. To me,
he probably wanted one of his dudes to rub him down.
Yeah,
he looked uncomfortable.
It was unnatural for him.
Yeah. He either wanted one of his dudes to rub him down or one of them monkeys to rub him down, because he got a fetish with monkeys. He do. He always with a monkey, ain't he?
Yeah. Where's that picture at? Because there's a picture of him that I had it up here too. A picture of him in the club with a bunch of his friends. And I'm like, you know what? Oh, here go one. I'm like, I've never been in a position where this is him. Oh my God. I've never been in a position where I'm in a club that close with friends of mine like that.
That ain't what 50 Cent was singing about, okay? That ain't what he was rapping about. You can find me in the club, not with a whole bunch of dudes, huh? Come on, man.
True story. Oh man, what? Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Everything looks. Bro, come on.
Yeah, there's the monkey and there's the dude. Take your pick. Take your pick. The dude always got his shirt off and got some shorts on or something around some men. Where the women at, bro? There's the fucking monkey again. Look at this shit. I don't lie when I say it, man. And where's the clip of him riding around in the golf cart, the motherfucking orangutans? It's like this shit is fucking ridiculous, bro.
Wait, you ready? You ready? Come on, man.
Look, hey, you cannot take a picture close to me like that, bro.
Nah, negative.
You're gonna be getting all kinds of fucking Karl Malone elbows up in your throat and everything. You trying to get up on me like that, bro. It ain't. And look at that little soft look in his eyes. Do that look like a heavyweight champion? Fuck no, it don't. It looks like them dudes There it is. That's the one I was talking about. But Men on Film, the motherfuckers from In Living Color, that's what that looked like to me. Huh? It do.
Oh my God.
But that's the picture I was talking about right there. Look at that.
What is
And
happening?
his arm is across another dude's leg who's sitting there. You can't see him in the photo.
Oh my God.
And them 2 fingers dude is holding up. Them the ones that he's sticking in AJ's behind.
Oh no!
Everybody's sticking them up like that because that's a symbol. He's sticking his hands up like that. Hey, this is what we gonna do later.
Man crush.
Don't. AJ, come here. I got something for you. Don't. Wait. Come in the bathroom. Don't. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What are you, a homo?
Oh God. Ew.
Damn.
Look at that.
Yeah.
He's at home. Now listen. Y'all find me a picture with him with a woman. Because I got one.
Listen, man.
There you go, right there. There you go.
I ain't trying to be funny when I say this, okay? Because I ain't trying to put nobody in somebody else's place or anything like that. But that chick, that's the journalist that she got her YouTube channel, the one who tried to come at you wrong, improper. Her and Clarissa Shields did an interview. And they both was crushing on AJ. They both was like, oh yeah, he, this and that, blah, blah, blah. He's supposed to be stepping to it, ain't he? He's supposed to be stepping to it. You a player. You out here. You young. You ain't married. Sow your royal oats.
Ain't that the that's the smoking gun right there. How many times have we seen these dudes, whether it be an athlete or an actor, and it's like this dude can get all the tail. All these chicks be crushing on these dudes, and us, the men, we're like, y'all don't see what we see? There was a dude that I went to school with, right-handed guard. This is a little pep talk, y'all. A little bit of pep talk. Listen. It was a dude. He was like 2 grades ahead of me, right? Light-skinned Negro, right? Had that good hair, right? He always dressed, right? And all the girls was crushing on him. You know what I'm going to say, right, though, right? Everybody knew he was like that. And the girls would be, oh, you saw, I ain't going to say his name. Oh, you saw so-and-so. We just be listening. We looking at each other like, yo, they don't see that this dude don't like them, right? Guess what? Fast forward, this is way after high school. Dude had a complete change. Dude is, he's one of those people now. He's a transformer. Here's my right-handed guard. That's a true story. He's a transformer. Came back around the way that everyone looked. Nobody was shocked. He disappeared for like 15 years. When he showed back up, we was like, oh, yeah, there go, there you go. We knew it. They don't need to borrow him or nothing like that. We was laughing at the chicks like, yo, y'all don't see what we see? He didn't even play sports with us. Y'all don't see this? Okay. You know what he's seeing? He's seeing y'all, he's seeing y'all fruity ass boyfriends. That's what he's seeing. Exactly, Joseph Wiggins.
Man crush.
That's Yo, Trick, your connection got bad, bro? Yeah, B-Dog. Yeah. Yes, sir. I had to change it. For those of you that don't know, we were supposed to have Mike McCallum, but he's dealing with something down there. So we're just gonna reschedule him. It's all good. Yeah, man. But please, man, this AJ fiasco, for real, it's consistent. And it makes me wonder, Mike Biggs, salute, Cinnamon Savage. It makes you wonder, do some of these women even know what a real man is?
They don't. And when I say that, I don't say it with disrespect. I say it because women have been, and I have to be honest. There's a dude.
Time out, Stormy. Time out, Stormy. Mike, because you know what? The dude that I just talked about, Mike Biggs. Yo, Mike, I'm sorry, I'm a name drop because the motherfucking name ain't even. Mike, you remember Damon? Yes or no? Damon from Section 3. He knows. That nigga a woman now. Go ahead, Stormy. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that men have forced women to be in a certain kind of position, and women have assumed a certain type of role that have, at the end of the day, affected men. And it's like it's just everybody's out of pocket, and it's just really weird. So when you see a dude that like AJ, and he running around here and he taking all these pictures with men, and he's got his shirt off all the time, and they all halfway naked, and they always on these excursions that you would want to go with your woman, on a yacht somewhere, on a beach somewhere, on a cruise liner, or in a club, or where the women at, man? Where the women at? And think about it like this. You were the heavyweight champion of the world. You were the unified heavyweight champion of the world, which means that you got some, you got some pull, right? So the dudes would want to hang with you because they can get the straggler chicks, right? It's like, but they all hanging with him. It's like they ain't even hanging with him to be with meet the women, right? I'm trying to use the proper words.
Yeah.
It's like they ain't trying. You know, the old saying that we would say, where the, the 403s at? Where they at? No, they with him.
Now, let me say this.
Got a harem, bro.
And I want y'all to peep game. Peep game, y'all. The dudes that are with him, all those brothers are in shape. And pause, those aren't like ugly brothers. They're all over 6 feet because AJ tall. AJ like 6'5", 6'6". Those dudes are not that much shorter than him. So they all got height. They're all in shape. They all handsome brothers. You mean to tell me they're in a club together with no chicks around like this? Like and that?
They look like they enjoying themselves.
Like Eubanks in the back.
Listen, if I'm sitting in there, if I'm sitting in there and I'm anywhere near them dudes, right? This gonna be my face expression.
No chicks.
Yo,
yep.
All those.
That's gonna be my face expression. I'm sitting in there like this. Where the women at?
Listen,
huh?
When you a celebrity, like the rappers and stuff, like when I did security, when they sectioned off a club, we had to, when a girl wanted to come in, we had to check with them because they didn't want no problems. Because some girls were looking for a payday. You understand? So, but I saw chicks around them though. But I don't even see. You mean to tell me you on all these islands, like you said, Stormy, you on all these islands, exotic places, on yachts, there's no women around? None?
No women. And we heard he got a child, right? He got a son or something, but we ain't even seen the baby mama or nothing. It's non-existent, bro.
There you go, Ashley. I would
not want to be out here, and it'd be like, you gotta wonder what's going on.
Hold on. Is that for real? One of his friends named Mr. Skins? Is that for real?
Hey. Like my uncle say, you can't put no child support on no man.
Ew. Oh my God. Who names themselves Mr.
And then one dude in the back look like Chris Eubanks.
Yeah, let me pull that up again.
Was that Chris?
That's the Keith Thurman looking dude. But
that's Eubanks Jr.
He looked like him. I don't think that's him.
Eubanks Jr. Oh, okay. Kind of favoring.
I've never taken a picture with my partners that close ever in my life. In my life.
Dude, they too close, man. They too close. And that other picture where his ear is touching the dude and stuff, it's just look at that look in his eyes.
Oh my God.
Nah,
Look at
partner.
that look in his eyes. Ain't that the kind of look that a
Let's see your
woman
bicep,
have for
dog.
you when you hugged up with her and she really feeling you? Ain't that the kind of look that she have? I'm telling you, that don't look. Listen, man, you're a professional fighter.
Where's his hand?
Oh man.
Where's his hand?
Wow. Look at him. He looks sweet. Look at him. Look how he's standing. He looks sweet.
Oh my God. Stormy said, oh man. There go Diana. We talking about glitter boots.
He like he got some Gloria Vanderbilt on.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No.
He might as well be wearing leggings or something. Look at this, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, more boxing. He said his baby mama white. They split when his child was young. You got a picture of her? I'm just curious. Bro.
You blame her?
Bro.
Oh boy, looks sweet.
God. This was the
Let me
first
see your
picture I
bicep,
saw.
JJ.
And I was when I first saw this picture, I was like, wait a minute. Y'all look kind of like
But look at how his head is
like
tilted back. Look at how his head is tilted back. There's like some feminine stuff happening there, bro.
That's Mr. Skins?
Obviously, look at where Mr. Skins' hands is.
Mo said it's all over the internet.
On that skin.
Yo. Oh no.
Man, wow.
Good God.
Which pocket is your wallet in?
Yo, time out, man. All right. Man. Enough's enough. What the fuck is this? Come on, son.
Wait a minute. That dude, Mr. Skins, is in that picture where they all sitting down together. That's the one that's in the back. That's him. That's him back there with the gray shirt on.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yup.
Oh my God. AJ gonna want to fight when he see me. What you doing, bruv? Why you trying to play me, bruv? I'll be like, motherfucker,
Hey,
ain't
he
no
might
refs
throw
out
some
here.
water on you.
Ain't no refs out here, boy. You ain't got no wins. Don't play with me. Don't fucking play with me. Now when you
might
doing
throw
this,
some water on you.
word up, wet t-shirt contest. Oh, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? But wait a minute though. While we see, okay, now watch this, y'all. This. Come on now. How we living? Come on now. There's a difference. Look, y'all. Look. Look at that. And look at this.
Me and the boys.
Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
Wow.
Come on, stop. Yo. This is fucked up. I don't like that, man.
What kind of shoes and socks AJ got? Hold on. What does he got on? He got on some sweats.
He ain't got on no socks.
He ain't got on no socks. Those aren't socks.
Yeah, no sock. What is it? Damn. Right.
Oh, no. Yo, where did I get all this shit from? Hold on. I got more.
He just say, fuck it.
God damn it. Why does he do this to himself? Come on, man.
What's that called in Wakanda Forever? Show them who you are. That's what he's showing you right now.
You're like a gay Muslim.
Bro. Wait, hold on. There you go.
Oh, sure, there's more.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Carlton Banking.
Yep. Now, I'm gonna show you the worst one. I'm gonna show you the worst one.
They're like a taller, muscular version of Carlton Banks.
I got one worse than this. Why he got to sit on that log?
Uh-oh.
Fuck. It's some bullshit, man. Come on, ass juice. Why you doing this?
Oh, no, man.
It's some cracker like a bull right here. Fuck you doing, dude?
On the log. Wow.
Yeah, this is all bad.
Hey, that's
Wait,
boxing.
last one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. This is what Stormy was talking about right here now. And you see, listen, man, we doing this because every time we turn around, y'all talking about twerking and shit. There ain't no girls in this picture at all. None.
There ain't no girls in the vicinity, in the zip code where they at. It ain't no girls.
Come on now.
Wow.
Come on now. I would demand
all of them got their
there'd
shirts
be
off.
some
Man,
shorty somewhere. Nobody, right? Look, again, see? Oh, wait, there's one chick back there, but she ain't with them. She with the brothers on the left right there. They walking away from her. See that?
Look like he's twisting.
Look at their walk, though. Look at their walk.
Look how he walking.
Oh,
you can't fool me, man.
Going.
You cannot fool me. This is too much, bro. I'm actually insulted and offended. And, you know, I don't want to participate in this anymore. This is like, it's, you know, it's disgusting, man.
Oh. Yeah, focus ball. I just got that. I did a video on that on my other channel. That woman is in the sunken place. That's crazy. There's a woman that has a husband that has a husband. And she's celebrating the fact that she has two men. Y'all heard what I said. I'm surprised the whole building didn't burn down.
I'd like to correct her on that. If that be the case, she doesn't even have one man.
Nope.
That's the whoa. You can play that whoa. That's you know.
Oh yeah, draw. Yeah, that you see that story right there? For those, you had to be from New York to understand where he was. Right after he lost to Ruiz, he's out in New York. Tay, what's good? He's out in New York. And he was live
on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I took you by there. I said, this is the neighborhood. Look at the gay flags.
Yep.
I said, that's the basketball court right there. Smaller West 4th. And only cats from New York picked at me and Act Reacher. We was like, yo, out of everywhere he could have turned the camera on, he didn't go to the 9/11 Memorial, like World Trade. He was right across the street from the Empire State Building where his hotel was. Why the fuck was West 4th his first stop? And everyone was like, what's that? I said, that's the gay neighborhood. Why is that his first stop?
I'm going to tell you a quick story about stuff like that. Back in the mid 80s, when Eddie Murphy was really, you know, on his pinnacle of his star, he was coming to Chicago. Okay. But one of these things that these stars do and stuff like that is they put word through their people, you know, the publicists and stuff like that. Hey, where are the spots where I can relax? That's cold. Yeah. That's code for you know what.
Yep.
And he was told, and that's where he partied, in those spots like the Village.
Yeah.
That's where when Murphy came to town, and that was way back in the mid 80s. Bro.
That was in the 80s. Yep.
So having babies and all them wives and all of that stuff, that don't mean a damn thing. It don't.
It's his bid. And when he finally got caught with the transformer in the car, when that made the news, cats that were close to him, they knew what time it was. They knew what time it was, and you know, kind of knew. I heard some things. I couldn't deny, confirm, but I heard some things. But it was typical. It was only a matter of time. He did it well. He played it down and said, "Yo, look, I was just giving some a ride home, whatever. I thought it was a woman I didn't know. Fine. Okay, Eddie. Well, that's cool. Ain't gonna love him any less. Salute the main biker. He said Salido versus Orlando Cruz in the yeah. I remember when he came out, that was crazy. That was crazy. I remember they made him hug Salido during the weigh-in, during the presser. And wait, let me see if I can find that. Because that was messed up, man. Let me go. Let me see. Orlando Cruz versus Orlando Cruz versus Orlando Salido. And Salido whooped his ass too. But there's a picture of them during the presser where he made him hug him. And I'm like, why are they doing that shit? They ain't have to do that. All right, don't listen. Let me save y'all. Don't Google this fight. Because the pictures they threw at me it's OD. You don't need to see this. God. I'm just looking for the presser because it was so funny how Salido, I could look on his face and he wanted to say, "Yo, man, get off me, dude." I'm sorry, y'all. I can't look for this anymore because the pictures that they're showing me is I can't look for this. I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all want to Google it, go ahead, man. I'll pass. But yeah, the Village was his first stop, y'all. That was his first. That was his first stop, and when he went live on his gram, I went to it. I said, I want to see what he's saying about. You know, I'm thinking he's gonna be in his hotel room. Tell y'all, I'll be back. You know, I'm gonna beat the fat boy. You know, become 2-time. He's outside and he's shooting a jump shot. He ain't got no jump shot. So I'm like, where's he at? The phone turned. I said, yo, why is he at West 4th? I'm like, why is he there?
Drew, where's that place in New York that's a famous playground where all the brothers would play, the legends and everything?
Rucker Park.
Why didn't he go there?
Because that's too far uptown for him. That's Harlem.
Yeah.
But he'd heavyweight champion of the world.
He'd have found a place.
He could have went to 125 and took a picture by the Apollo. There were so many places he could have went. He was staying on 34th Street across the street from the Garden.
But my point is like, if you're on the straight up and up, you want to go where your people at.
You want to go where your people are.
You want people to know who you are. You're coming from over there. But you going to the Village?
Listen, you know where he could have came? Where they would have knew who he was? He could have came to the Bronx on White Plains Road. All the West Indians over there, Jamaicans, Crucians, all the U.S. Virgin Islands, they all up on that strip. Some of them, somebody would have knew him over there. Real talk, somebody would have, because some of those yardies are from the UK too. Somebody would have saw him because he would have kind of stood out. But in Midtown, there's a million brothers that look like him walking around that go to those $300 a month gyms over there. But a lot of them are, I'm dead serious. So in Midtown, he fits right in. But he was 30 blocks in the other direction. Come on, man. The fuck was he doing there? I know. I said, yo, I'm the only person who sees that. I think Act did a live that Sunday. And I went on his live. I said, why was he in the Village? And he was like, yo, I don't know why that was his first stop. I know why. We all know why. He's a booty bang. He's a burglar. He's a butt burglar. This hands down.
He's a broke back boxer, bro.
Broke back boxer. This is the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen right here. This right here. Yo, how uncomfortable does Usyk look? He's like, get the fuck off me. What the fuck is wrong with this? Is he drunk? Was he taking shots of Patron in between the fucking?
What you can't see in this photo, and mind my graphicness, but what you can't see is how tightly clenched Usyk's butt cheeks are. Thus the look on his face. You know?
I can't think. No doubt, Trick, man. Much love, man. I'll talk to you during the week. Yo, Usyk's face, man. He's like, yo, get the fuck off. What's wrong? Somebody get your man. Oh, God. Yo, this is funny. I ain't never deleting this. Oh, I will never get rid of this. Yo, right now he's saying I'd rather be at the wall. Look at his fucking cross. He's like, yo, Jesus, help me right now. How do I get out of this? Oh my God.
And we know Usyk got those crazy eyes, right?
Yeah.
But his eyes don't look so crazy right there, do it? His eyes look uncomfortable. Like, help me.
He's like, yo, what's wrong with this nigga? Get him off me. Oh. But you know what, man? Salute to the UK. Because here's what I'll say. UK fans, I will say, their fans are loyal. There are a lot of fans that love the sport. When their guys come out and they have fights over there, they come out and they support their guys. I will say that. I will say that, man. And one thing I do wish is that America, how much stronger would the sport be if America supported boxing like we did in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s? The sport, and it's confusing because there's more money in it now, but it's like you don't get the same support that it used to get. I think we'd be a lot better off. That in that respect, you know, I like watching a UK fight in the UK because the crowd really gets into it. Over here, it's different. When you have a guy from another country and they have an abundance of their countrymen there, they'll start, like Mexicans, they got a song that they start cheering. You understand? Every country has some sort of song they start cheering. They did it for Adam Kownacki, the Polish people. They come and they start cheering. You know what I'm saying? Americans, we just sit there and we just screaming, you know, one big old melting pot. So, you know, salute to the UK, man. Salute to the UK. I just want y'all athletes to be clean as fuck, man. God damn, man. Yeah. But salute to y'all, man. We tried to get Mike McCallum, but he's going through. I'm gonna call him later. I hope whatever the fuck was going on over there. I hope he good. I'm gonna give him a shout. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Warriors boxing. We used to say USA, but we stopped. I mean, Jamel Charlo, he was trying to get USA to rally behind him, but there was more Argentinians rooting against him than there were Americans supporting Jamel Charlo. Go figure that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Crazy. And it's so bad. It's so bad that we got guys like Fury running around, and he's more accepted in the States than any of the black champions running around here. I mean, go figure that shit. With his reputation, go figure that. But Don King. But Al Heyman, who hasn't been caught doing anything. And fuck you, Bernard Hopkins, for real. Your stupid ass. I don't want to hear anything you got to say about Al Heyman. You ain't say anything about the emails that were passed around about him being Black Hitler on a company that you work for. A guy that likes to shove spatulas up his behind with fake abs now, who's saying I got to get in shape to wear my thong. He literally said that, y'all. He literally said that. Oscar De La Hoya, I got to get in better shape because I plan on wearing my thong. Golden Boy, y'all. I can't root for Ryan Garcia. No. I said he didn't deserve a Tank fight, but now, more that I think about it, I don't mind the Tank fight now. Because we got to how do we make Ryan Garcia go away? Feed him. Feed him the Tank. So this is perfect. Salute to y'all, man. You're Stormy. Let them know what's going on. And let them know what's going on for tomorrow. Noise on Culture.
Nerds on Culture tomorrow is introduction to anime.
Yes.
So we'll talk a little anime tomorrow. Nerds on Culture. I have a few subjects coming out this week for the premieres. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Got something on Devin Haney tomorrow. Got something on the Navarrete fight Tuesday. Wednesday, I got something on the DC announcement from James Gunn. That'll be in the evening. And then Thursday and Friday, I'll have some more videos for the premieres because, stuff to talk about the ladies and their performances off of their show. So I'll always, have something. But again, on the channel, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm still away from these guys that don't want to get in the ring and fight each other. We got another fighter, Drew, that's at 140 that everybody is seemingly stepping around now again. And that's Regis Prograis. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I don't like seeing this. Regis is a good fighter. He's a good person, and he deserves an opportunity to make a living and get in there and show his prowess. He has a title, and people don't want to fight him for it now. What the hell is that all about? I mean, we know, but that's just a sarcastic, cynical question.
So I'll leave it to you with Zepeda and his nonsense. He told him, he said, yo, you could be fighting me, but, I heard you're fighting what's his name? The African. What's his name? Comey. And Zepeda said, he told Elie Seckbach, no, that's not true. Come to find out, it is true. It is true.
Yeah. And Comey is a sellout.
He's become the punching bag of 140.
Absolutely. And look who he's letting look who he's allowing to punch him for the bag. Huh? All of them. All of them who are avoiding us. I'll do it for you, boss. Huh?
God,
here's my ass, boss.
Yeah, Jay, I mean Ramirez. My bad. Ramirez, not Cepeda. Ramirez. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's the same shit. Same shit. Diane in that super chat. Salute, big sis. Yes, ma'am. Same shit. The point. Yeah, that's right. You're right, up echelon. But you know what though? I get all them confused. I get all of those guys confused. Why else? Why do you think I get them confused? Because they all doing the same shit. How many fights should Regis Prograis have had in 2022? We're already in February. He has a belt. He's trying to fight top caliber opponents. Why isn't, we're about to go into a whole nother topic, but listen. Why isn't that fucking loudmouth from Honduras / Brooklyn / Florida fighting him? Why isn't he fighting him?
Because he don't know. Do I still got it? Do I still got it, bro?
Do I still got it? No, you don't. And let me tell you something. Depending on I need to see who he fights next. I want to see who Lopez fights next.
Dude, they're
I'm
gonna
telling
pull
you.
somebody out of that's not even ranked or whatever. You watch. Mark my words.
There's nothing but shark infested water. When you came up on this wave of this push that you've had, this wave of quote unquote success that you've had, you come up there. He's only supposed to be fighting top tier opponents, and Regis, it don't get any better than that.
Listen, even Canelo, when he comes back, he's looking for another UK brownie, huh?
Oh my God, man.
It's amazing what they're allowing to happen right before our eyes.
But you know, it's good for a guy like Eddie Hearn. Because check it out. If he puts Beterbiev in the ring with Caleb Smith, Eddie Hearn gets a check. You put Canelo in there with John Ryder, Eddie Hearn gets a check from both of those guys. If he gets Beterbiev versus Bivol, Eddie Hearn gets a check. So he's eating all around. So this works for him. But if that plays out like how I just said, we're not getting Bivol versus Beterbiev until 2024. Do y'all understand why I'm sick of this? Fucking crazy, man. Well, we're going to get out of here, man. There's a lot more boxing. They said if Taylor, 88 Sports Talk said if Taylor won it after, he ain't fighting Josh Taylor. He ain't fighting Josh Taylor. Catterall and Taylor beat Teofimo Lopez. Regis Prograis beats Teofimo Lopez. In order for Teofimo Lopez to do anything at 140, he's going to have to show me. So they can talk. They've been talking. They talked themselves right out of 135. Man, F those guys, man. But
Josh Taylor has set himself in a situation too, because really he thought he was going to move up to 147 with those belts, right? And secure a bag up there. But the block got real hot with all those contenders and Ennis and Stanionis and Ortiz and all these guys that are, just good. Now you also got what's his name? Rashidi up there. So it's like all of a sudden it changed for him. So he elected, after giving those belts up, and he held on to one, he elected to give all those damn other belts up and say, well, I'll go ahead and fight Catterall again. But the block done got hot at 140 as well. So it's like he done stalled things out to the degree like, okay, now they're saying that he had an injury and this and that. But really, Taylor's next move is to leave the sport, because he cannot beat any of those men that are at that weight class where he's at, or the ones that he was thinking about moving up to. His shit is done. They should have given Catterall the decision over him that he had earned, and then he would have had to rebuild some kind of way.
Right.
He's worse than Josh Warrington, because Warrington thought he was going to thrive until he ran into a couple of Mexican fighters that showed him he wasn't all of that. Mauricio Lara, and then this other kid, what's his name? Garcia. So it's like all of a sudden, now Warrington's shit done come to an end. You see? That's what happens when you walk on eggshells around and you ain't trying to fight the real competition. Because steel sharpens steel. And you out here trying to cheat the public and the masses. Oh, he's a hometown guy. He's growing. He's got a good following, this and that and that. But you ain't fighting nobody. And then real fighters come along and whoop your ass. And you got a Humpty Dumpty promoter like Hearn and Matchroom. They try to sell bullshit to the people.
Man. This is the sport, y'all. And this is why we're here. We're calling it out, because they serving it to you. And these new people that want to get into boxing, they're accepting this mediocre nonsense as excellence.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know what it is. You know, and they listen to guys like us and they think that we're old and we don't know what we're talking about. And we don't understand. Yeah, we do understand because we understand what the sport used to be and what it's supposed to be. We're in an era now where rankings really don't matter. Y'all notice that? If rankings mattered, I mean, really, do we have to get into it? If
Do you
rankings
know
really
why?
mattered?
The simple explanation. You know why the rankings don't matter? The rankings are just there to put familiar names in a categorized manner. But most of the guys who get title shots pay for the title shots.
Yep.
They pay for the title shots. So it don't matter if you rank number 1 or you rank number 151. If you rank 152 and you pay for it, you'll be fighting for the title next month. It's a beautiful sport, ain't it? With all of this corruption.
Don't this make you feel good? Don't this make you feel don't it make you feel good? This is our sport, y'all. But I know we complain too goddamn much. Man, listen. Be back here tomorrow morning. I'm gonna have Elijah Pierce on. And we're gonna cook. We're gonna cook. And more conversations about the corruption going on and rankings and all this other shit because they're doing that brother a disservice. And y'all might not even know who that is. But the brother Tay Jones hit me up. I was on the phone with him the other day, I think Saturday. And he has a story to tell. And some of the brothers on Instagram hit me up about him. And salute to you guys, man. And this is all we can do. This is how I contribute to the sport, bringing awareness to it. If you respect it or not, I don't care. But we are in a position where we can voice our opinions. And I'm backing all of my stuff up with facts. Do I know everything? No. Does this get exhausting? Yes. And I'm going to be very honest with y'all. With each passing day, it's getting more difficult for me to talk about this. Because it's like sometimes I get discouraged. I'm like, yo, am I making a difference? Am I getting through these numbskulls? But I got to snap out of it and say, you know what? I'm making a difference to somebody. Because there are people, there's over 6,000, how many subs I got? There's over 6,750 people that see value in what I'm doing here. So I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for you guys. I am. I get up every day and I provide content and I give you my opinion from the heart. And it's difficult sometimes because, I would love to get on here and just talk about fights, upcoming fights with all the talent that we have. But do y'all notice we talk more about the bullshit in boxing than the actual fight itself? We talk about why fights aren't happening and why fans are cursing each other out. You notice that? And then we point out the bullshit that the fighters are doing with the art of ducking. What I'm no longer doing, if I know what I know, I'm going to say it and I'm going to keep it moving. You come in my chat assaulting me or anybody, anyone in my family, it's okay. I'm going to matumbo the shit out of you. Don't come in here firing shots like you got some sort of love affair with some fighter that I say, oh, look, I think dude's is ducking. But this is the tone of the sport. I never said I hate it, dude. I'm saying, yo, look, based off of what I've seen in the evidence, dude's ducking. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. What I'm pointing out is the problem with the fucking industry. And the more people cap for certain fighters, the worse it's going to be and nothing's going to change. Because these guys are laughing all the way to the motherfucking bank. We just said Regis Prograis is about to be a victim of a crime. Elijah Pierce. Y'all don't even know who that is. You're going to find out tomorrow. But the crime is he's a black boxer on fucking Golden Boy. So here we go again. Here we go again. I'm not doing it, y'all. So salute to y'all, everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, man. Salute, man. Salute to everybody that appreciate me. I appreciate you, man. Salute to you, Mo. For real. I want to have a panel with with my UK brothers, and my brother Watcher, who always holds me down with great information. I saw him in the chat earlier, my brother from down under. Man, salute to everybody in Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chats. Again, we're going to try and get Mike McCallum on next week. We're supposed to have him today, but he was really busy with whatever's going on in this place. So I'll hit him up, make sure everything's okay, man. But salute to y'all. And Painful Excellence podcast tomorrow night. Noise on Culture, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central. And we working. That's what we do. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.